Since we are all young students, I figured it might be beneficial to talk about the different effects of coffee on our health and well-being. As a frequent coffee drinker myself, I can personally say that coffee significantly increases my alertness on those early morning work shifts or days where I may not have gotten enough sleep the night before. Caffeine can be found anywhere, as demonstrated in this graph, which shows the different caffeine content in different everyday items, from the chocolate candy bar to coffee in a coffee shop. Caffeine also contributes to fewer lapses of attention, improved long-term memory, and faster locomotor speed. Although some may disagree, many enjoy the taste of coffee. When it comes to the actual effects on coffee on your body, though, the arguments are controversial. Many will report that coffee has a negative effect by causing people to become addicted and dependent on the caffeine, though, as many may not know, caffeine has many positive benefits to both our energy levels as well as our physical health. Students in particular have extremely busy schedules consisting of exams, parties, and usually very late nights with extremely early mornings. Therefore, when educating the public on health risks and benefits of this daily drink, the younger population may have the strongest impact to target. In a research study written and conducted by Lee from the University of the Free State titled Medical Students' Use of Caffeine for Academic Purposes and Their Knowledge of Its Benefits, Side Effects, and Withdrawal Symptoms, it addresses the argument of whether or not caffeine itself physically enhances one's mood or just reverses the effect of caffeine withdrawal in habitual coffee drinkers. The results of this study showed that a number of cognitive measures were enhanced in both habitual and non-habitual coffee drinkers as a result of caffeine intake. While many realize, or at least assume, that too much coffee can be bad for your health, this same research article went into more detail. Caffeine has a direct effect on the circulatory system and can result in rapid heart rate, increased cardiac output, and palpitations, which gives off the feeling that your heart is pounding or racing. Caffeine is also shown to increase respiratory rate as well as gastric secretion, which can then lead to an irritation of the lining in your stomach. Lee writes that possible withdrawal symptoms usually occur 12 to 24 hours after the last dose of caffeine, which signs include headaches, fatigue, decreased energy and alertness, drowsiness, and depressed mood, and these symptoms usually last for 2 to 9 days. In regards to the effects of dosage, many might assume that more caffeine equals an increase in the resulting benefits, though this is proven to not be the case. Research shows that 12.5 milligrams up to 28 times this amount affect one's performance to a similar extent. Low to moderate doses of caffeine, so 28 to 200 milligrams, reportedly produce increased well-being, happiness, energy, alertness, and sociability, whereas higher doses are more likely to produce anxiety, irritability, and gastric discomfort. On the other hand, an online article written by Chris Gunners explains a few of the benefits of drinking coffee. Studies have shown that coffee consumption has led to significant decrease in the risk of type 2 diabetes, shown in this graph, which states that there is a 24% lower risk for 3 to 4 cups of coffee per day. That decreases your risk of type 2 diabetes. Coffee drinkers may also have a lower risk of Alzheimer's disease, shown in this, which shows a lower risk at 3 to 5 cups per day. Also, this graph, which shows a decreased risk of liver cancer, decreasing more the more coffee is drank per day, as well as reduced risk of Parkinson's, which also shows a decrease in risk the more coffee that is drank. In addition, studies have shown that coffee may make you happier, thus lowering the risk of depression and suicide. In conclusion, although coffee has some harmful effects, it can actually benefit you in many ways as well. It was shown that these risks may begin to increase again as people exceed 6 cups of coffee per day. Therefore, Caffeine intake is all about moderation. Limited amounts can be beneficial, though an excess may prove to be detrimental.